Welcome to the third installment of our product tutorials for AccompliceRE Analytics. In this video, we'll dive into the main analysis dashboard for an individual analysis. In a later video, we'll explore comparative analysis in more detail. For now, let's focus on this landing screen, which appears after the AI extracts an analysis from your document upload or after creating an upload from a custom analysis, as we did in the previous video. At the top, you'll find the lease terms section with details like the tenant and landlord names, rentable square footage, premises, base rent, operating expenses, rent abatement, TI allowance, annual escalations, term, commencement date, and parking spaces. Every field at the top is editable, and whenever an edit is made, all related metrics, cash flow, and visual analytics are automatically updated. For instance, if you change the base rent from 44 to 42, you'll see that all related metrics, the base rent card, cash flow, and charts are updated instantly. Let's move on to the second section, featuring some key metrics. At the top, we see the effective rent per square foot, total occupancy cost, and the net present value at an 8% discount rate. This 8% is editable too. If you adjust the discount rate to 6%, you'll notice the net present value changes in real time. On the third row, we have metrics like base rent, operating expenses, and rent abatement. In this example, there are none. We also show annual escalations in the lease term in months, then years and months. Some toggles start coming into play here. One toggle offers a tooltip that reads, "Convert to per square foot per month." In various regions, deals are expressed monthly rather than annually per square foot. By clicking, you can view the annual value of the base rent, operating expenses, and effective rent. The operating expense toggle lets you edit expense escalations. Clicking the toggle opens a modal. For example, if operating expenses escalate at 2% per year with escalation beginning in January, you can click Update Analysis. After updating, you'll see changes in the NPV and total obligation. If you switch to a monthly view, the OpEx per square foot reflects the 2% increase in January. On rent abatement, it's currently 0 months. Clicking this field also opens a modal. If we state there's a 2-month rent abatement, it can be specified as base rent or gross rent abatement. Applying it as base, the card updates to reflect 2 months base. The cash flow now includes 2 months of base rent abatement, while operating expenses remain included, resulting in a total occupancy for these months of 11/2/34. Switching to gross abatement updates both the card and lease term, removing operating expenses from the cash flow. To the right, annual escalations are displayed. For users curious about converting 3.5% to dollars per square foot, a toggle is available. Similarly, it converts dollar values per square foot per year back to percentages. In the final row, you'll find the TI cards, parking costs, and additional expenses. The document may outline a tenant improvement structure. The tool also detects a turnkey improvement structure where all costs are the landlord's responsibility. It can identify a turnkey not-to-exceed structure, specifying the not-to-exceed amount and allowing users to enter a projected CapEx. If project costs exceed the not-to-exceed amount, the net CapEx remains applicable. For this case, there was a $40 per square foot tenant improvement allowance. The tool calculates the total dollar amount, providing a net CapEx of $270,000 as a credit. Typically, the tenant improvement allowance doesn't cover the full project. If the project costs $100 per square foot, that number can be entered. This results in a new total project cost and a net CapEx of $405,000 out of pocket. This toggle adds the net CapEx to the cash flow, creating a month 1 outflow of $405,000, affecting all metrics, including total occupancy cost and net present value. Next is the parking spaces card. The tool extracted a rate of $165 per space per month. By toggling, parking costs are added to the cash flow, with all metrics updated accordingly. Lastly, let's address additional costs. For an industrial or retail lease, clicking allows users to add various additional expenses, often related to utilities, or specify an unlisted cost. If, for example, you enter $2 per square foot for electricity, the tool shows a monthly equivalent. Similarly, 50 cents for gas per month would be calculated, and vice versa. For a $100 monthly internet cost, The tool calculates this to 10 cents per square foot, summing up to a total per square foot and monthly dollar amount. After confirming, toggle this in, adding net capex, parking, and additional costs to the cash flow in real time. Regarding cash flow, you have the option to view it annually or monthly. Below cash flow, 6 visual charts are displayed. The annual rent schedule breaks down deal elements and their costs per year. A cumulative lease cost chart outlines total expenses over the years. We offer a total cost breakdown by percentage, where base rent comprises 60%, among other expenses. This is illustrated in our base rent versus operating expenses chart. For example, operating expenses escalate at the previously mentioned 2%. A free rent sensitivity visualization is also available. This visualization shows users and tenants the value gained from additional free rent months in the deal. Lastly, a concession summary presents total occupancy costs, rent abatement, and net tenant costs considering net capex outflows. If adjusted to 0, the net TI effect becomes apparent. Should tenants not use all of their improvement allowance, this reflects the total concession value. Let's dive into the final part of this video by exploring what an analysis view looks like in a different format. This proposal has extracted a modified gross structure, which we'll delve into shortly. Notice how the AI has flagged certain items it extracted, highlighting the commencement date with an amber confidence score marker. By selecting Review fields, you'll see that the AI recommends verifying the commencement date. In this situation, it identified the commencement date as August 1st, contingent on the landlord completing turnkey improvements, indicating that August 1st might not be a firm date. When such situations arise, the tool provides an estimated value, exemplifying our confidence scoring system. Green signifies high confidence, amber medium, and red low confidence. Here, the user might think, the improvements could take longer. By adjusting the date, the tool will update the information accordingly. In the cash flow section, you can observe that the first month is now marked as December. There's a shift to a different rent structure, with the tool automatically identifying this as a modified gross lease, indicated by the MG suffix. It's concluded that any rent abatement will be noted as gross. The last element to showcase, which we touched on earlier, is that the tool recognizes the work and tenant improvement allowance as turnkey. This has been reflected with updates in the tenant improvement card. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we will cover the AI assistant in more detail.